Good morning and welcome to day 78 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Now, if you've been training and you're not getting results, or you feel like you've hit a plateau, or you just want to get started, but you're not really sure how, a lot of people are missing the most important thing to get results, and that's intensity. And it's not about how loud you grunt or how red your face turns when you're exercising. It's about how much work you do in how little time. And it's the most important variable for maximizing your output for your fitness time. That's what we do here every morning. 10 minutes of functional intensity to jack up our bodies, change our state, so that we make progress in our lives every day. Let's go. So if you're new here, I'm Adam, and I've been coaching health and fitness for 25 years. I've had some ups and downs, but now we're making progress, and I am taking all that I've learned over coaching for 25 years and all the personal development stuff that I've researched and cramming it into this program, and we are making progress towards our most important goals and towards the best versions of ourselves. So what that consists of every morning in the 5 a.m. Squat Club is 5 parts. There are 2 precursors. First is go to bed early. I get up at 4:30, so I'm going to bed at 9:30 at the latest every night. Prioritize your sleep. Now get up early, and then what we do is you drink water, you come down, first thing, you don't scroll, and we're gonna prime our minds. We're gonna sit in our paleo squat and we're gonna do our mental reps. Then we're gonna get up, warm up the body. It'll all be following along here so that we can hit some intensity for the day. It's gonna be likely some jump over the bars and some front squats, and don't worry, I've got scaling options for everybody to make this accessible. And then we'll focus our minds to learn a little bit more so that we can work towards our homework at the end, our most important goals. So first step, come on down. If you want, grab a counterbalance if you find you're gonna fall backwards, if the knees are coming in. But the idea is the feet are flat on the floor and you're sitting in a passive squat. If you need, hold on to something as the counterbalance. And what we do here is we focus our mind so that the first thoughts that are happening during the day are in the direction that we want to move. So I am responsible for the outcomes in my life. When things happen to me, I have the choice on how to respond. I am responsible for whether I create a good situation, a bad situation, whether I get to my goals or whether I don't, because it's up to me. Second is I choose to be patient. And I actually put a video out on this yesterday on the mental reps. So go ahead and check that out on the channel on the Health Unscripted playlist. So today I choose to be patient. I'll try to create time between stimulus and response so that my response is less reactive. Simple. I have all I need to succeed today. That just means that you can take a step. And I keep reminding myself that if you want to start something, it's available, go. You don't need all the tools. I don't have a squat rack. I don't have a pull-up bar. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff here, but I can go. I can take steps. I can do it. Next is I focus on progress, not perfection. And those two are kind of the same, but it keeps you in that mentality of just move forward. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just trudge. Iterate, right? Make sure you're aiming towards your goal, but take steps. And the last one is I choose gratitude. And that one specifically for me, but I'm sure there are a lot of you out there that are the same, that it's easy to see the negative. It's easy to see the things that are wrong, that are bad, that you don't like. But the more you start focusing on finding the positive and seeing the positive, you notice that there is more positive. So I am responsible. Today I choose to be patient. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection, and I choose gratitude. The more times I repeat those, the more real they become, the more they actually work. All right, warm-up time. So we'll prime our bodies here, because if we're going to hit intensity and you're 40 plus, even if you're not, get the body moving, get the body warm, set it up to get in better positions so that you can push the pace without risk of injury or issue. So warm-up's coming up on the screen here. We'll do a general warm-up, and then hopefully we'll do a little jumping warm-up at the end if I remember. Do some knee raises for the hip flexors, for the anterior chain. Excuse me. I'll do some good mornings. Warm up the posterior chain, the butt, hamstrings. I'll do some lunges, getting the legs warmed up a little bit. some burpees. Just maybe walk it down for the first few. Walk it back up. And then some squats. Yeah, I'm feeling a little stiff this morning. I was actually feeling a little bit tired. But we're here. And we're getting primed. What I notice, and I know this is off topic, is that once I get up, turn the alarm off, get up, turn the alarm off. Do that first. It's a tip. And then once I'm up in that, I'm good. I'm moving. Sometimes there's that moment where you want to lay down, or you want to stay sleeping. And I tell myself I'm responsible. Not only that, but, I have this responsibility to make this thing. Excuse me. But let's talk intensity just a little bit here, because it is the most important thing. I used to do more of a bodybuilding workout like a lot of people do. I've got these muscle groups this day and these muscle groups the other day, and maybe there's a cardio day in there or whatever. And, you can get some results that way. You can build a little bit of muscle and whatnot. But there's a couple reasons why that's not good enough, especially for someone like myself. Someone who's got a physical job, like this farm, and, having kids is a physical job. Anything that requires you to do physical things, first, isn't really going to be supported by bodybuilding movements, right? Isolation movements are not going to create coordination and athleticism. Also, they're going to create single joint movement. And there's a couple things on intensity here that talk about that. So, intensity, as defined, is work over time, right? So I can measure this. It's not a, it's not a subjective measure. Power over time is force times distance over time. So I can take the weight of that dumbbell, I can measure the distance that it travels, multiply by the reps, and divide by the time. So how much work did I do in how much time, equals power, which equals intensity. And if I want to output power, if I want to become athletic, if I want to be explosive, all those things that kind of we look for, I need to do the work faster. Think about it this way. If I had, my whole workout was to do 50 back squats, for example, and obviously this applies to anything. And my routine consists of doing those 50 back squats in 10 sets of 5 with 4 minutes rest in between each set, right? So say the set of 5, and this is going to be an exaggeration, takes a minute. That whole round of your work and your rest takes 5. So that whole workout, 10 sets, takes 50 minutes. Now, if you were to take that same work, that same 10 sets of 5, and decrease the rest periods between the sets to 2 minutes, and that workout takes 30 instead of 50, you've increased your power output and your intensity by almost 100%. And what that's going to yield is better results. And the question, I didn't always used to understand this, that why intensity equals better results. And it's twofold, and one of them is harder to see. One of them is just that, you're growing more muscle, you're getting faster, you're getting more explosive, blah, blah, blah. But the second one is, you see that's what life is. If I've got a job to do here, and I can do it in half the time, that's perfect. But if I don't have the capacity because I'm used to training slowly and with big rests, it doesn't carry over. So if I train with intensity, my life can support faster, longer, more consistent work. We'll talk about that more afterwards. So I am generally warm. Because we're going to be doing some jumping today, we're going to do a little bit extra warm up. So first one, just some calf raises. You can support yourself. You can hold on for balance. It is extremely warm and humid. I feel like I can hear my breath. Hear my breath, that's pretty common. So at least 10 calf raises here. Rocking back to the heels, rocking back to the toes. And then Just some hopping on the spot. We'll get at least 10 hops on the spot. We're gonna be hopping over something here today. Hopefully I have enough space. Okay, warm up complete. Let's talk about today's intensity. Maybe just before we go, just remember that intensity is relative. It's absolute, which is that measure that we talked about, but then it's relative, and how do you feel? So let's talk about it more afterwards. We'll talk about relative intensity afterwards. So I'm gonna start setting up here 2 movements. I'm gonna use the barbell for the front squats, so I'll demo this here. What I'm gonna do on the first movement is jump over the barbell. You can go laterally, or face it and turn. And if you don't have a barbell, you can use a line on the floor. You could use a dumbbell, jump over that. You could use anything. If you don't jump, you can step and just move. So that's movement number 1. Movement number 2, I'm gonna do a front squat, but I'll just go over some options here. If you don't have a barbell, or you're new to this, or your capacity is pretty low, so low capacity, brand new, air squat, chair squat. This is always step 1. Get out your chair, touch it with your butt, stand up. Simple, simple, but excellent work in building capacity for doing it without. From there, air squat. From there, you can load it, right? So either a dumbbell held in a goblet position, or a kettlebell, or whatever. Or if you have a barbell and you want to do that, sits on the shoulders, elbows high, and try to lead the ascent with the elbows as well so that you're not dropping the chest. So take a minute, get your equipment ready, get your water. If you like different music than I'm going to put on here, which is understandable, get that ready. And then, if you're ready, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead, subscribe if you haven't yet. And go ahead and comment. Seconds to there. Woo-wee. May be fun. Yeah. And then, if you haven't already, you can go to the website, 5amsquatclub.com, and join the email list for future goodies. And even more craziness, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. I'm all over the place here, trying to get people moving. Let's go. And then share this. If you know somebody who would benefit from this, which is anybody, share it with them. Do it with them. Check in with them in the morning. Let's do it together. And then we can all go live every Wednesday and Friday live, 4:45 a.m. I'm going to try this out before we go, and then we'll be ready. Whoa. Yeah, okay, that's doable, but very hard. Hopefully the jumps will warm me up for that. Okay, warm up complete. I'm like messed already. We haven't even started. We are going hops over the bar, max 30 seconds. I might do, I don't know, I'm exhausted already. Maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 if I'm really excited. But 30 seconds of work-ish, followed by some squats, and I'm probably gonna do, I don't know, 5 maybe, if I can maintain that. And as usual, I try to increase the reps as I go each second minute. So if you are ready, it is time, just about 5 o'clock, 5am Squat Club, alternating for 10 minutes, jumps, front squats. Let's do it. Live every Wednesday and Friday, 4:45 a.m. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, that's 20. That might have been a bad idea. Yeah, probably. We're gonna feel some intensity this morning, like we try to every day. Work overtime. Wow, I feel almost nauseous. Okay, squats, 5, 3. Okay, it's doable. That's sweaty. Gonna do a lot of this today. Wow, it is hot. Yesterday was like 36 pre-humidity Celsius. Okay, even though we should be using the metric system. 3, 2, 1. Fifteen. 10. And get that sweat off my arms. Six. We're doing 20 jumps and 5, 6. Probably up the squats as we go. I'm jacked up. 2 of each down. Five, 3, 2, 1. That's 25. Probably keep that. Halfway. Seven. 25. Ten. 3. That's 9. God. One more of each. Can't catch my breath. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. It's 25 again. That's it. 10. That's it. Go for 10. 5. Good job. Good job. Catch your breath. Walk around. Get some water. Oh my God. We'll get into a runner's lunge or couch stretch, whatever you want to call this. One leg forward, one leg back, and then send the hips forwards down. Forwards and down. That's what intensity feels like. But remember, on that note, I started talking about relative intensity. So think about, my mom. She'll be 70 next year. She's been doing CrossFit at our gym for 10 years, at least, 4 or 5 times a day. So she's very fit. But understand that absolute intensity, right? Work over time. I'm gonna kick her butt. Do you know what I mean? Like if I told her to use this barbell, it's 125 pounds. Like she wouldn't be able to. She wouldn't be able to hit that absolute intensity. But relative intensity is, how does this feel? So I can do the same workout as her, right beside her, different weights, different speed, different complexity of movements, and feel the same thing. So there are 2 important pieces, right? Absolute and relative intensity. In terms of absolute intensity, you just want to make sure that you're increasing yours, right? So that you're not slowing down and doing the same work in more time, that over time you're taking the work that you're going to do in your workouts and you're accelerating it a little bit. You're cutting down the rest time. You're doing more work in less time. And that's going to increase your ability to do intensity. It's going to make the intensity feel better, right? Your relative intensity is going to, for the same workout, go down. And obviously the benefits of intensity in general. Remember this, so there's not, was that intense or not? It's a measure. Absolute intensity is a measure. I can give a subjective measurement of, hey, that felt more intense than yesterday, which it sure did, but I can't measure that. So I have to keep in mind both pieces. If I just go based on how did that feel and make sure that every day gets harder, that's unrealistic. But I can make sure that my absolute intensity is going up over time, that I'm able to do more work in less time as I progress. For fitness, for health, for insulin sensitivity improvement, for being able to do things out on the farm and not having to take huge breaks because I'm exhausted. Intensity is the variable. So we do that every morning here. 10 minutes, like I'm in a puddle of sweat here. Not that that is what intensity is, but that's what it is. I could have done that workout in twice the time and it wouldn't have felt as bad. My intensity would have been lower. This will get me better results faster, and I only need 10 minutes a day. So now it's homework time. We're jacked up, minds are ready, bodies are fired up. It's time to sit down for an hour at least and work towards your goals. So we all have something that we've left unachieved, or we've fallen off completely and we're not achieving our goals. We want to be somebody different, be somewhere different, have a different perfect day. This is the time to make it happen before the rest of your world wakes up, before the kids come down and start demanding your attention, which I love, but I got to make progress. So sit down, get your phone out of your space, have some water, and read your book, write your book, do your course, work on your YouTube project, whatever it is. Make progress. 1 hour per day, we carve it out so that you ensure that you get to your goals over time, because it's not about the one-time big explosion of success. It's about small incremental steps every day that are going to get you there. And we're doing it here together on the 5 a.m. Squat Club. So tomorrow morning, Friday, and every Wednesday, Friday, we are live 4:45 a.m. here. Come join us. Let's build a community of like-minded people. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Join us on YouTube. Sorry, this is YouTube. Instagram, TikTok. Go to the website. So much homework. Get it. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. It's dark. Ooh, still pretty. Get after it. Have a good day, team.